We are a huge believer in Elliott Wave correlation, and we really believe that this market runs in cycles and that this market runs together. So what I mean with that is that the dollar won't be in one cycle that is not same at the euro dollar or the pound or dollar CAD, the S&P 500, or even the metals. They are in a cycle. Now, within the cycle, they do not have to run the same structure. It doesn't mean that if the euro dollar drop in 5 ways, that doesn't mean that the CAD needs to go higher in 5 ways. I mean, there can be some kind of, off structures right there, but at the end is the same cycle. After doing all the charts that we do over the weekend and going over all the weekly, daily charts that we don't do during the week, we got to the conclusion that we are in this cycle. Let me get back here. Let me put the chart right now, this one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start trying to identify in which cycle within the market we are. We got to the conclusion that the market at this stage is correcting the move that started at May the 4th. In other words, if we take a look only at the US dollar index, this is the US dollar index. This is May 4 right here. We believe that we are correcting all this move. Now, how can happen, which way can happen, and what can be the future? I'm going to try to do my best today to cover that so you guys can get an idea where we are. I mean, this is the US dollar index, and I want you guys to be clear about it. All we have for the lows is a 3-wave move. There is nothing in the world that say that this is the low in the index. I want you guys to understand that because that's very important. I believe technically that nothing yet can be confirmed like this is the bottom on the dollar index. Now, the market sold the dollar pretty hard this week, as if you guys remember, we forecast last week. Now, what's going to happen next? Very simple. I'm going to say this. In Elliott Wave, the clear structure is this. After a 5-wave move for the new guys right there, always, 95% of the times comes a 3-wave back. And 95% of the times there comes another 5 waves. Now, here's when it gets interesting. Why? Because if the trend is to the downside, you're going to get another 3 back and another 5 waves, right? Now, the only way that you're going to see, and then is the same right here, when is that you're going to see a 5 after a 5? That only happens when you got a flat in place. Why? Because the structure of the flat can be called as a 3-3-5. Technically, this runs better as a flat than as a 5-wave move. Oh, I'm sorry, as a nest, or even as a 1-2-3. This runs better as a flat. Now, if you're going to play this as a flat, it is a possibility. But the thing is that I see 5 ways in this move right here. I see 5 ways in this move. But that becomes kind of a speculation. And a smart trader do not play the market like that. And a smart trader does this. It waits for 5 ways out of the whatever low it is, and then you're going to buy the 3 backs. You have a defined risk right here. And then why? Because if we was part of the flat, the dollar is going to go like this. If it was only A within an ABC, the dollar is going to go like this. So anyway, you ending winning. That's what a professional trader does. Now, like I say, this is the US dollar index. What you got in the index? Only 3 ways out of the lows. This is not the low in the index yet. To see the low in the index, you need to get another move higher. Now, what can happen? I don't want to cover the scenario when we believe that it can be the case, but I don't want to mention that there is another low coming. Okay, that's a good question, Ed. What happens when the trend change? You get 5 out of the lows. You follow me? When the change trend is when you get 5 ways out of the lows. But right now, put it this way. The trend, let's say that the dollar, the trend comes to the downside, right? Now, you got the first 5 ways here. That's telling you that in some degrees, a temporary low is in place. And then you got the second 5. Now, to confirm, this is the end of the temporary low that started here. So far, right now, you don't know what's going to happen next. All you know right now is that the minimum move out of the lows is in place right here. Now, to confirm a low, meaning that this is a low, a bigger low, that is the one that is going to take the dollar index about 1, you need another way higher. You follow me? That's how it goes in Elliott Wave. In other words, let's put it this way so that can stay clear. Yeah, this is on the daily chart. Let's say that you got this. What is the drawing for here? Let's say that the trend's coming this way, right? And then you got this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is telling you here, Ed, is that at least minimum you're going to get this, right? And then you're going to get minimum another 5. Okay, this is telling you, this 5 is telling you this. Now, when the market does this and make another 5, is when you say, okay, we got a bigger degree low. That hasn't happened with the dollar index yet. And for that hasn't happened, all we got around the market is 3 ways from May 4. I want you guys to understand that. All we got is 3 ways from May 4. Now, after doing all those charts, we got to the conclusion that the May 4 is the one that is in place. And that for now, what we are correcting is minimum. The most bullish scenario in the dollar is this. There is 2. First, a nest when you got 1, 2, 1, 2. And now we are right here. We're going to do this, and we're going to do that. That's, for me, the bullish scenario on the dollar. I'm not counting the flat. I want the flat to surprise me. When you understand, guys? I want the flat, the possible flat that we're going to explain later. I want this to surprise me. We're going to be right in the flat, so don't worry. But this is the most bullish scenario. Now, a second scenario is that we got 1, 2, 3. Remember, Isa, we mentioned one day. Yes, we mentioned one day the leading diagonal, right? Remember that? That can still be in place. And we are now in a wave 4 of the diagonal. That's another bullish scenario. And then the bearish scenario is that this becomes a 3-way, and we going lower. All 4 scenarios, including the flat, is possible. There is nothing that say for sure which way the market is going to go at this stage. All you have to do now is buy the dollar, see how he reacts, and then if it comes corrective, you sell the dollar for the C way and see what happens. Either way, that's my advice. Now, why do believe that we are in that state? Very simple. We're going to be adding now different pairs to try to do an overlay. Let's start with oil, which is the one that make us believe last week that we are for that. Look, if you take a look, same day that oil top, dollar bottom. Guys agree? You see, same day, May 4th, huge day in the forex market this year. What we got in oil, 1, 2, 3, W, S, 1, 2, 3, and 5 ways out of the low, which is telling me that oil is going to trade lower this week, and oil is going to make another run, like we say, to around 100, to this support area before now it's going to be resistant. What is the dollar is going to do? 1, 2, 3, and then another leg down. Guys, follow me? That's what we believe is going to take place. Look at oil. It's following the same path. Now, let's add another pair. That pair now is going to be euro. Euro is the red one. Look, the same day, it was 149. Same day that the dollar bottom, of course, the euro top. But it's the same day that oil top. What you have in the euro? 1, 2, 3 ways. What you need in the euro? Most likely, with a 90% insurance, this is what you're going to get in the euro. Higher to 142.60 area in 3 weeks. Same scenario there. Very clear in my eyes. Now that it can be a flat, yes, oh it is. I want the flat to surprise me. We're going to be selling only for one reason, and we're going to know if the flat is the one in place. If the flat is in place, which we're going to run it. But I can tell you there is a 95% that is no flat in place, in my opinion. But well, who knows? Now, let's add another pair. S&P, another risk assets. Look, the blue one. Same day, May 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5 swings on the S&P from the lows. Look on the closing. I want you guys, I don't know if some of you guys use the closing to reference or no, but on the daily closing, the S&P did 1, 2, 3, 4, and a diagonal wave 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very clear. Like you can see now 5 ways out on the low. What the S&P is going to do? 1, 2, 3 to around 1,300. 1270, 1260. That's the S&P. Now to the euro in top of the S&P. You guys gonna see how they are very well correlated. When the euro is the red, the S&P, you see consolidation, consolidation, and move down, very consolidated. In other words, what I'm trying to say is this, that all these pairs, I believe that they are correcting a move that started on May 4, in my humble opinion. That's what I really believe, and that's how we're going to try to go. We're going to try to go from now on, presenting the trend. All the pairs are correlated and move that started on May 4. Now, I'm going to put something here that maybe I'm going to draw your attention. It's the Norwegian Krone in top of the US dollar. Look that correlation, guys. That's almost 100 correlation in my view there. That's almost an 100% correlation there. Now, why do I put the Norwegian Krone? And I want you to pay attention to this. Is because it's out of the dollar group the deepest one compared to this day that comes at the beginning of August. I believe it was at the beginning. I don't remember the day exactly. So it's very deep. And eyes needs to be in that pair, because that pair can be the first one to deny the bullish bias on the dollar. I want you guys to take a look at it. Now, if we take a look on the weekly chart, it's very interesting that this pair from here, look, it did 1, 2, or 8B, and then on the C way, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 coming. Look, the Norwegian Krone is 1, 2, 3, 4. This right here is the 50% retracement of this one. And maybe taking a look at a monthly chart, maybe this is a wave fall, and we are going lower in a diagonal wave far within the dollar index. But I don't want to get that far. I don't want to get that far here. All I want to say is that for now, the plan is to buy the dollar at the beginning of the week and see how it comes and then sell it. Because I see that only the flat can take the dollar higher in a nest. It's a possibility, but that's why you need to buy it between today, tomorrow, or early Tuesday. I see the structures within the dollar. They are exhausted, were time consuming. They got 5 ways almost completed. Now, let me show you another scenario. This is the Euro index. Look, guys, this is the Euro index in the monthly chart. What you got? 1, and then you got 3 downs, and then you got 3 A, B, Z. This is W on the Euro index. There is 2 possibilities here that you got. This high is higher than this one. So technically, this needs to be a 3, because from here to here, you got a 3. So there is a possibility. One second. There is a possibility that this is, my preferred count is WSYS, and we end in A, when we're going to get 3 backs and 3 lowers. Look at this candle, guys. This is a bullish candle on the euro. Very much bullish candle. Now, I see 5 swing in this candle. Look, you can see it. Anybody can see it. Look, a red, a green, a red, a green, and a red. So, which day is this? May 4. What I think it is, I think that we are correcting the move from May 4. Look, now, going back here, you see, this is May 4, and from there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a weekly. This candle needs continuation. I don't know very much about candles, but I know when I see a bullish candle. This needs continuation. 2 green candle. Look, very similar. I know Isaac always look at this. He always mentions to me, look, this is a hammer, right? Look, a hammer on the weekly, continuation to the top, and then 3 back and 3 back. That's what we are expecting this coming for the rest of the month. Something like this in the higher degree. So what do we see on the dollar index and the euro index? We see a move in the euro index to 109.50 that we've been trying to get there for the last 3 weeks. That's why we would buy in the euro when everyone was selling for the last 2 weeks. Unfortunately, we didn't get the bottom, but well, we're going to have a chance, guys. Don't worry. And then what we are expecting on the euro index is send that you got right here. Look, 2 greens, at least two reds, and then you're going to get another move that ideally needs to go to this high right here that comes around 110.50. And then from there, we see, my bad, a C way down to complete the 666 half from the top that we have in the monthly chart within the euro index. That's the most bearish scenario. And I'm doing that because it's very clear to me that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in my eyes, without bias, I see the same pattern everywhere. That's why I cannot support the flat. If the flat happened, okay, surprise me. But I see it very clear everywhere. The path is there. A 3-way move in risk minimum. That's what I see. That's what I need to transmit to you guys. Getting back to the chart, it's very clear right here. If we take a look and we take, now, look, I'm going to take the Norwegian here. 1 second. And I'm going to put that the Aussie here. Okay. Look, the black is the red, I'm sorry, the dollar is the black, the red is Aussie. What you got in Aussie here? Look, low on the dollar, and then right here Aussie did a marginal new high. So technically the metals, the top right here, because if I take the dollar, so what we think that we're correcting in Aussie is the move that started this day on the top, 1, 2, 3. How do we think? Like this. The good thing about Aussie, CAD, and New Zealand is that all of those 3 pairs, they are in a 3-way move. Look, Isaac, how you see it there in a closing basis. Look, the dollar, the 5 ways on the dollar on the closing basis. I use the closing a lot, Isaac, to be honest with you. I use the closing a lot. So that's why you guys need to be prepared to buy the dollar at the beginning of the week and thinking that after 3 weeks, most likely you're going to sell the dollar and buy a powerful C-way that should happen. I please you guys, do not hold buyers. You as a trader should not care less if the euro goes to 110 or if it goes to $2. I don't care. It's going to be painful if I go to euro, but if you guys live in euro, it's going to be great for you to start buying property in Miami Beach. 50% of the dollar. So think about it. So don't worry about that, guys. Don't hold buyers. You aren't going to make money holding buyers. Now, it's very clear to me when the cycle is. Now, let's move on to the dollar index by himself. All right? I'm going to cover the dollar index now by himself. For that, let's move on here 1 second. I have as many screens as you guys have no idea open between you and me. Sometimes I don't even find it. One second. We're going to go to the dollar now. Give me 1 second. Let me see where my screens are. There you go. Found it. For the dollar, this is all you need to care, guys. And I want you guys to understand. Wait, it's not this one. Look, this is what happened when the dollar was around here. This is a picture. I misplaced the right one. Look if it's not happening the exactly thing. That was on September the 12th, guys. Now look at the real one. This wasn't prepared, to be honest with you guys. I clicked the wrong one. Okay, this is the real one. I don't say, Rafi, don't put water in my mouth. I don't say it's going to block 72.50. I don't say that. You're never going to, I don't say that. 1 second, guys. I'm organizing my screen. For me, it won't break 72.50. For me, it won't break 72.50. For me, I don't think, what I'm saying is this. I don't care if it breaks 72.50 or don't. All I care now is to buy the dollar and sell the dollar and then see what happens. Nobody knows. No, I know you say no me, because I'm very careful. I don't like anybody of you to create false expectation. All I've been saying all over is, all we got from the lows is three-way. Of course, what you say right there is true. Now everyone is going to switch against the dollar. That's how people are. But believe me, I've seen the same game all over and over and over again. And guess what, Rafi? They've been waiting. That's all you got. You got three ways out from the dollar. There is nothing that say that this is the bottom. It looks like it's very powerful, but it's a three-way move. I don't care. I care less if this is the bottom or if it's not. All I think is that minimum you're going to get three ways against the dollar. Now, there is a flat scenario. I don't deny that. The flat scenario is this. Let me explain it to you guys. Yeah, three ways out, yes, for sure. The flat scenario is like this, guys. 1, 2, and then it goes like 1, 2, these three become this 4 become this 5 become this, and then, thank you, Raji, and then from here you got 3, 3, and 5. That's the flat scenario. That's why I believe that you need to start buying the dollar at the beginning of the week, because you never know. It is possible. And then you need to buy the dollar for this swing. If this swing becomes the flat, congratulations, we're running. And we go higher. Now, if that's the case, we're going to go higher. If no, we go the other way. Now, my market correlation is telling me that the flat is not in place. My market correlation is telling me that where we are is correcting the move that start on May the 4th in most of the pairs. That's what it's telling me, and that's how I'm playing it. If the flag came around, because if the flag came around, congratulations. Rafi, that's a possibility. I don't gonna go there, Rafi, because now you are forcing the buyers. Don't worry about it. I don't think that's the case, my friend. I mean, for me, this is, I don't care, I care less if it's a flat or whatever. All I care is that we're gonna go buying here, and then if we get surprised within the flat, congratulations. A level that can be in consideration, 75.80. Read the overviews that we wrote about 2 weeks ago. Look, guys, this is the proof right here. Look, exactly what's happening. Look, the real one, the one on November the 12th. Exactly what happened. We say that this is going to happen. We were saying 78 and change. It went, I believe, a little bit higher, at 79 and change. And we say the structure was there. The structure is very clear. I know a dollar bulls. I know a dollar short. All I care is locate the structures within time frames and trying to make the money. I care less if the dollar goes to 100 of the dollar worth a penny. I only got hurt if I go outside of the United States. That's it. Exactly. 75.80 is a huge area, and that should be the target for the flat. The 618 right here of this move right here. But like I say, and like we have been saying for the last week, there are many scenarios on the euro. I can count the euro in 5 different ways in the daily. So when you have that, don't worry about it. Play smart. Buy the dollar now to either the surprise or the 3-way move. Now, if you take a look at this dollar chart, at this euro chart, it's telling you very clear. Anybody can see it. Let me see if, because I'm not that good with this. Look, even my daughter, 11 years old, understands Elliott Wave principle already. And she can see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's clear. In my view, it's very clear there. And that's why we were buying the euro around here, because I've been seeing this. And I was right. At the end of the day, I was right. This coming on the euro index. This coming on the euro index. We were the only service around, the only people that saying when the euro was here, and ISA sent me a charge yesterday about the euro dollar, and it was unbelievable. I was saying around here that the euro is going to do this move, because I don't have a bias, guys, and the euro is going to prove me right one more time, and the euro is going to do this. It's very clear there. If you don't want to see it, guess what? It's because you don't want to see it. The good news is that the euro hold this low, which is telling me that this is is going to do this and it's going to drop. All right? So that's what we have about the US dollar index. Now, the euro index already covered the Norwegian Krone also. Let's move on to the euro dollar, the dollar, all this pair right here. The market cycle. We are correcting, in my view, we are correcting the move that start and May the 4th in all the pairs. And the same, look, May the 4th in the index right here. 1, 2, 3. The dollar can take many scenarios. This can be a 3-way. This can be a 1, 2, 1, 2. This can be 1, 2, 3, 4 in the diagonal. and this can be A, B, Z, W, and then 3 back, S, and going higher as a double zigzag. Can go many different scenarios. So the only clear thing is right now that the 5 wave that's starting at the beginning of October, they're coming to the end, and a reaction in favor of the dollar is going to happen. Everyone is clear in that? What do you mean with it in small wave 4? From where? Yeah, I think that the euro did 5 waves. We're going to cover the euro now. It's the same as the dollar. The dollar did 5 waves from here. The minimum that you're going to get is 3 waves back on the dollar to around 134 and change on the euro, or 78.5 right here in the index. That's the minimum that you're going to get. Let's say that he ended today. So far, there is a 10-peak gap. That is not too much. Let's say that you ended today. It's going to go minimum to 78.20, which is around 135 and change on the euro. That's the minimum that you're going to get. Now, let's move on to the individual, to the pairs now. But first, let's see oil. It's clear, guys. Nobody want to see it is because you guys don't want to see it. Okay, this is the index in 1 hour. I believe that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. The same things. Minimum target around 76.34. Same case with the euro, same case with the euro index. I see a nest on the top. If you go a small time frame, you see like a possible 1, 2. Now, a possible flat right here, 1, 2, 3, and we should trade lower minimum 2 lows, because we need to resolve this one right here with a new, and this one right here. If you take a look at the euro index, let's say in a 1 hour, let me minimize this, it looks ugly. What you got? Let's put the 15-minute chart. What you got from the lows, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This cycle can be done already. And then we are right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This cycle should be close to the end. What do you need? 2 more highs on the euro. That's why we changed the entry on the euro. I want you guys to listen to that. Check on the side. We haven't notified you guys what we already did it, because we already have $1 long fill, which is the dollar cat. I don't want you guys to get into two dragging position. I would rather wait on the euro. We got the cat anyway. If the market trick you out, the dollar cat is going to go straight with the dollar. So you get one of the two. All right. So this is telling me the same thing, that a nest needs to be resolved to the outside. Now, oil, I don't want to get over the same. I don't want to get into the same things. Oil is ending 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a flat 4 and a 5. Minimum target, it was hit on Friday. Maybe 1, 2, 3. Maybe this is the end of 3. We need a 4 and a 5. But most important in oil is this, that RSI, it divergency, believe it or not, a little right here. And this is why we believe that it's more outside, because within the move that started here in wave 5, we don't have divergency yet. So most likely oil is going to drop tonight and it's going to go higher. The RSI is going to do this. It's going to diverge, and then when it's going to drop. Exactly. That's where we are in oil. Now, let's move on to the individual pairs. For that, let's move this right here. Let's open this. I don't know, guys. I see it, to be honest with you guys, I see it very clear in my eyes where we stand as a cycle is very clear to me. I think, of course, listen, always gonna be, always, yeah, 35, 135, I see it happening. Always like that, guys. And I remember, and I've been around, like I always say, long enough to see that always gonna get like this. Traders do not want to see where the market is. Anyone have a frozen screen, guys? Let me refresh it just in case. It's now okay again? Okay, gotcha. Okay, so it's very clear to me, guys. Very clear. No, you're welcome, my friend. Now, this is the euro. Same path. 5 as clear as water. 1, 2, 3 bags. Minimum. The 50% retracement. Yeah, it's not frozen anymore. It is frozen again. Now, minimum, the 50% retracement or whatever top is created here. Now, let's say that the top happened. My favorite number is 140.20. I've been saying that since Wednesday, since Thursday. That's my target, 140.20 to the outside. It can go as high as 141 and change, 141.08. So I'm willing to weigh in this one at 140 just in case. Now, let's say that it goes right there, minimum 135.25 the euro dollar is going to decline. Now, let's move on the euro very fast to the daily. This is our principal count now. 3 bags A, 3 bags B, 3 bags. This is a 7-way. Now, it's a possibility, if you want to see a bearish, that the move ended here, and this is a flat. Yes. A flat, if it's a flat, needs to get minimum to a 50% retracement of this leg, which comes around 35.49, 39.49, 54 area, in my view. That's the same as the 618 related on the dollar. So around that area, the move can end. I don't disagree with that. Now, a scenario, these two legs, they are related. They're equal to the 1.236 right there. Look, that's unbelievable right there. We were buying around here. Remember, are the equal legs? Remember, guys, that we were buying? Then we try here. Unfortunately, we didn't cash it. Well, that's how it is. But we were right all over. We were the only ones saying that. Now, that's my scenario. This is my principal count. I think so. I mean, it needs to prove me wrong. I see the euro at 142.54. I can tell you that, and I can no way, Isaac, between you and me. You know, I told you yesterday. I can no way to see the euro at 135 to start getting long on the euro to cash the move to 142. Everyone should play it like that. Don't say later I don't tell you guys. But that's very, that's very clear. There is more chance that this is the count that the flat is in place. Look at the dollar, the euro index. Look at that path goes all around the market. Of course, you're going to find ways to say, no, that's a flat. Oh, no, that's not the case. Always going to be like that. I remember, and I was thinking and laughing a little bit yesterday, because this market, they are amazing. You guys going to love this. Isa, you're going to remember this for sure. Remember this. Remember this, right? Same scenario. Everyone was saying, it's a flat, it's a flat. And the euro recovered, and the recovery wasn't so powerful. Yeah, things are clear and are logical. Guess what? Nobody see it like I do. I don't want to sound bad. Nobody see it like me. Everyone is bullish on the euro, bearish on the euro. Everyone is seeing a flat. And the only one that goes deep and correlate the market. Almost nobody use market correlation. So it's logical for us, but not logical for many people. I don't have the chart right here. Let me see if I can post it to you guys, because Isa sent it to me. I'm sorry, Isa, to use this for you. Look, that was my count. That was my count on September 23rd. That wasn't logical. I was the only one saying that. Look at that. That's a proof there. Say something, Rafi. I say 32.83. I was off on the low, but the structure is what's matter right there. And the same count that I'm presenting now. Thank you, my friend. I know. You know I love you. Same count that I'm presenting right now. It's clear. People don't want to see it, but it's clear. This can be a triangle in the weekly, like my good friend, it's called now, do not occupy Wall Street, Lewis is saying. This can be a huge weekly triangle on the euro. Well, right here was powerful too. This can be a triangle on the weekly. Exactly. And then down again. And driving crazy in everyone around the world about the dollar. Like I told you, the triangle, remember the video that we did about the euro? It was there. I will mention it there. Look, on the weeklies. It's clear right there. Look. From the top, you can see the triangle like A, B, Z. This is A, B. That's one of them. There's many. This A, B, Z. This is A. And then now, we're going to go here. It's going to test 143 around the trend line from this high. Let me post it again. The trend line as of right now comes at 147. And it can go this. Test the trend line about 143, 145. Depends. 3 ways back. Something like this. Who say no? That's the bearish triangle. But if you take a look, let me hide the labeling. If you contract the euro saying exactly. If you contract the euros in the beginning of 1971, that was the German is something. It goes A, B, C. No, and I don't want to mention an account that we have that plays the euro at $2. People are going to fry at it. A, B, Z, W, S, and then this is A. We are in the B way. Guess what? Minimum target of the B way is there. 50% retracement on A. And then you have right here A, B, Z. This is A, B, and then you go Z, and then you become a bullish triangle that can take the euro to 165, even 194. It sounds crazy, but nobody knows that's going to happen. This is a word-defined channel here. Look. I like 107 because it comes with a triangle, with the trend line. But all those things, that's what people don't get it, man. People want to see the dollar higher, the euro lower. Don't worry about it. You don't control those things, guys. Worry about fading the 5, buying the 3, and get the C wave. Or fading the 5, he's a flat, you're king. That's the way it should be. It can be also, I mean, you want me to become you guys crazy? I can show you this. From the lows, it can be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All the move to the highs have been 5 waves. All the move to the lows is being 3. Guess what? This can be now the beginning. After a 3-wave move, it can be the beginning of wave 3 of C. Who say no? I want anybody to say to me, no. I don't say that that's going to happen. This is the first time that I mentioned to you guys. But it's possible. I don't say it's happening. I don't think it's happening. But that's how I can prove to you guys that if you don't use market correlation and you look only to one pair, you're going to be driving nuts using Elliott Wave. You follow me, guys? So let's concentrate on what is clear, which is a 3-wave move back minimum to 135 on the euro, trying to buy the C wave to get to the from 135 to 142 and see what happens from there. That's all you can control now. The rest is uncontrollable. Now, let's move on. Clear on the euro? Any question about the euro? Isa is having fun there. Now, let's move on to the next one, the Norwegian Krone. There is a reason that we're going to cover that one very careful today, is because this pair is, as you guys know, very well correlated with the US dollar index. Now, on the weekly chart, guess what? This is what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A very powerful move. I'm calling this pair to have being on the B wave flat, like the CAD, like the euro, like the dollar, whatever, all those pairs. Now, I found interesting this, that the high here was the 50% retracement by the pit of the previous move right here. That is a possible 3-wave move. It's a 3-wave move. And then I want you guys to keep in mind this structure. A diagonal 3-wave move to the downside. That's the only thing that I want to mention right there. That's why we cover it now. It looks like the move to the downside is completed as a 3. This low comes with a huge divergence against this low. So that's why we're still favoring they move to around 758. But I just want to mention that on the Krone because it's the closest pair of all the dollar group to the invalidation to the long bullish side. So keep that in mind. Now, let's move on. We covered the euro, the cable. For me, cable is the clearest of all the pairs in the market. I've been saying that right here. Look, cable. It looks like a B-way triangle. It goes A, B, Z, D, and we need cable. And I've been saying it that 161A on cable is 142.50 on the euro. Cable needs to get there. When cable get into that area, we're going to talk about buying the dollar again. All right? So keep that in mind. Cable on the short time frame is a clear move that is going to be corrected to the downside this coming week. This is the count that we like. 1 second. We like cable higher for one more high. We got A, B, C, A flat B, A, B. Look at the RSI. Divergency within this cycle here already. So very clear right there. Look how the B way of the flat, the C way of the flat went momentum wise below the A way of the flat. Yeah, I agree with that, Rafi. I don't think it's happening either. Remember, we say the market is correcting the move that started on May the 4th. That's the D way on cable. Right? I'm going to show it to you. Now, look at the flat. So these two legs, they are equal at 159.19. That should be the top and the bottom on the dollar. Very clear for me. Right there. Look. Very clear count. Look at that, Isa. I know you love that. Look at that. These two legs equal at 159.20 and the big two equal at 159.20. Sell it there, Rafi. I pay you if you lose. That's machines at his backs. I know you do. Yeah. It's very powerful, that area right there. When you see that area trade in cable, you know that. When you see that area trade in cable, is when the euro top. Guarantee you that, most likely. So that's cable. Very clear there. Let me show you something that I want to show. Yeah, exactly. 155 target, yes. This week is very easy to be traded, guys. Buying the dollar. I can tell you that. Look, May the 4th. Around May the 4th right here, look. That's what you're correcting in cable. 3 ways down as a flat. Needs to go higher. Guys, it cannot get as clear as this, man, in my mind. I don't know if you guys agree. It's clear. It's to make this market is, I've been telling a friend, I did on Thursday, and no, I don't think it's going to go that high. I would confirm to 161, Rafi. I'm sorry, Isaac. Depends. I mean, depends. Cable always though, equal legs and 76 or you are completely correct. Always. I think that the cable lovers should sell it at 159.20, targeting. Wait, that's the thing. And I agree. And let's say that 159.20 should trade lower 159.90. And then from there, I guarantee you only the equal legs to the outside. Don't get surprised at 618. Let's try. Let's try to be here. 62.42. Look, around the 618 area. You see how it works? This is machines, guys. These are machines working to the perfection, the cycles of the feeble wave and the wave. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Now, let's keep moving, guys. Dollar CAD, very easy. We got fear on the long on Sunday. The count is very clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A B wave flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that we start covering the metal pairs, which is CAD, Aussie, and New Zealand, I'm going to tell you something. Why do we keep saying that the market is correcting that move from May 4? Because the recovery out of the lows in the metals, they're proving to be corrective. Right? So, in other words, all these pairs, indifferent to the euro, the only pair that is coming out of the low as and imports are the Singapore dollar, the euro dollar, and the Norwegian Krone. Cable, and the metals, they're coming correctly. That's why we leave the door open for the flat. Guys, follow me? That's why we keep the door open for the flat. You understand what I mean, guys, all right? That's why we leave the door open for the flat, because right here, you got a clear three-way move that, if you're measuring, should reach, I believe, is in the area of the equal legs. And not only that, if we go right here to the 4-hour, guess what? You got 1, 2, or A, B, and a C. Now, this move is well defined in 5 ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You take a channel here. You put in here. Guess where we are? We are at the 618 and an outtrend channel. Even though we posting this like this, if a flat is in place on the dollar and the euro on those pairs, this is the area that needs to go higher. And that's why we were waiting for 8 days to get fear at 101. And I want you guys to understand what waiting for the market means. That's textbook right there, waiting for the market. I didn't move the entry. I leave it. I knew that it's going to trade the area right there. Now, the euro index is not supporting this. It's the only one that is not supporting this. But can happen. So I would go with the idea that it's correcting the May 4 low or high in any pairs. And then if it surprised me, I'm already in target 130. Surprise me. You know, but a minimum move to 104 is on the book. So at least 300 picks in our favor, we're going to be able to cash. That's how I'm planning to trading, and that's how I recommend any of you to trade it. That's for the cap. Let's cover now. Aussie is the next one on the list. No, S&P 500, but let's keep it. Let's go to Aussie. 179 is the 618. Keep that in mind, guys. Now, Aussie. where we are in Aussie. What we got in Aussie? A three-way move from the highs. Only that. You don't have a 5, a 6, or a 7. Like every dollar pair, a three-way move on Aussie. Now, if you take a relationship between the wave, there is no a clear relationship. It was right here. That's why this bounce happened. That's telling me that it's possible nesting or correcting the whole move in some degrees. Now, where we are at the 1.236 or three-way move from the lows. What it is? Corrective. The same way that this is corrective. You got three ways down or you got up three ways. That is vertical, that is powerful. I know. But it's a correction. No matter how it is, it's a correction. So far, it's a correction. You need a 4 and a 5. Now, on the short time frame, a very clear, well-defined counts. Look. Okay, this is a 4 hour. 1 second. What is my 1 hour? I'll see. There you go. This is what it is. Nothing else. I hope you guys agree with me. All you got in Aussie is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is A. I can prove it. First cycle ended here. Look at the divergence on the RSI. And then you got a flat, the B way. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4 divergence here. It looks like the most powerful wave or the most momentum was here. That kind of bothered me a little bit with the Aussie. Exactly. Yeah, but in the nest, when you're nesting, there is a reason why. What is bothering me only is that in the second cycle, the highest momentum was in the first leg. But well, that's in the case only of Aussie dollar. The two sister or brothers, whatever we want to call it, of the Aussie being New Zealand and the CAD, is not the same scenario. So I'm letting it go right there. Because look, New Zealand did the same. Yeah, CAD is the one that didn't do the same. But well, it's a well-defined, and what maybe it's a double zigzag. Maybe it's a double zigzag, but it's a well-defined here, or it's a 5 ways. Yeah, every pair is calling for dollar strength, or it's a 5 ways either. When you see the divergence here, the same way you see it here. But I don't know how to count it. I don't see a 5 way. I see it like a 3 targeting 80.73. That's how I see it. And I see dollar strength coming to the theory near you at the beginning of the week. Now, finally, let's move on to the S&P. I don't care in the S&P, guys, if we are in a flat, if we ending a 5-way move. I do not care. All that I care right now no, that's not what, that won't surprise me. That's what I'm expecting, Rafi. Dollar CAD to go to 130. That's what I'm buying. Check out the limit of the order, 130. Check out the limit of the order. It's 130. I wish that can be the case. So every of my clients can make a 3,000 pick trade, and I break my own record personal trade that was around 1,200 picks in one trade. So I wish anybody of you can get it. And then you comes to Miami, man. There you go. So technically, Right there, you sent me some gift for Christmas. We're going to go to Gore now after. S&P, all we care now, guys, is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Divergency already there. What's coming? S&P index. What it is, translated, dollar strength. When S&P gets strong, dollar get weak. Otherwise, that's about the S&P. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the rest. The rest is all speculation, guys. Now, before we go to before we go to Gore and we cover copper, let's show you this. S&P in the 4-hour. Which day is this? May 4. It says something, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take 1 second. This is the close line. What you got? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Think about it. I mean, very clear right there. Possible. Look at the RSI. Higher momentum here. Divergency on the 5. Why no? Who say that cannot be the count? Now, let's take a look at gold. Gold is getting very interesting. This is getting too big. Still is within range. If you take a look at the Fibo time, it's already past the 2%. I want to see what's going to happen on October 17th. In other words, tomorrow. It's a Fibo relation right there, time-wise. I think is around the 3802. But start worrying me is that I see 5 swing from the lows. Well, right here, that's possible. Let me see one thing. And the 4-hour is not showing a period of divergency. That's why we still keeping like that, Isaac. But, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something in gold. It can be doing a triangle. And then we got the 5, and then we got like something weird right here. I don't know. Gold is not clear in my view. It cannot, I mean, it can be, it looks like either, but this for me is a 3-way in gold. This for me is a 3. I take it for you, my friend. Give me 1 second. It's a 3 ways. It looks like a 3 ways, like everything in life. The same. This looks like a 5. But if you take a look at the RSI, it said from here, it has the look of a flat. Maybe this is completed. I don't like it completed. I like it with one more low, but I can show you this, guys. From the lows, you got what it looks to be a 5 here. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 backs. Another 1 can be possible 2, 3, 4, 5, or 3, and then this leg is getting too big, in my view. So keep aware about that, because gold have this tendency that when it's coming out of the low, always give you the impression that it's a wave fall. And one day, start moving higher. That's what I have to say, guys, about the seminar. Now I'm going to cover a request on the pound yen. 1 second. I don't think that I have the charts on this computer, but that doesn't matter. I remember that it was in an ending diagonal C-way. Look, it's a clear 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. I don't know if you're familiar with it, Ron. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is on the monthly charts, guys. Look, to the 618, 3, 4, 5, and then you got this one that passed around the 42.3, and then I think that this is the 38.02, close to it, and then it looks, you are in the 5th way diagonal here, most likely. On the weekly, if you close the structure, yeah, that's what I'm labeling like that. We don't show in it, but we have it. 63.08, I remember, yeah, 63. We got 1, 2, possible 1 or a flat 2. Let me see the RSI. I don't remember out of my mind. I think that we end in wave 3 right now. I remember now. Look, it's in wave 4 right now. Wave 3 ended at 1618, and this pair should see a recovery to around 131 area, I would say, before making the final low that should happen to around 108. Now, on the 60-minute chart from the lows, it looks like a same structure that the cable have. A, B, Z, the same structure, should drop a short time frame. So, any other question? Yeah, spread 3 ways back in this pair of this coming week. Send and cable, my friend. Send and cable. It should trade lower. I think that this pair up sometimes is very tricky. So, but when you got it right, it's a great pair to be on the right side of the market. Minimum 120 and then higher to 131, I would say. Yeah, there was divergence here. There is no overlapping. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it has one more high. Any pair, guys, any question that you guys want? Any question? Yeah, probably we are in wave 4 already. Yeah, you're correct. Wave 4 or 5. Like every risk trade. Any question, guys, that you guys want to ask about any pair? I know you do. I know you do, my friend. Look, you've been busy on the school, right? Yeah, the seminar for the education is going to start sometimes at the end of next week. James is preparing all materials on here. It's going to be great for you guys. Great, great. It's going to be great for the new guys. Very good. I mean, I know James, and Louis knows James as good as me. When he's preparing something, it's going to come out to be pretty good. It's very professional. More than me. In that degree, yes. To be honest with you guys. Yeah, anyway, for that, for the RSI, you have the video that we did. It's about 22 video. But it's very deep. If you are new, you're going to kind of get lost with that video. I got to agree. But he's going to go more details, yeah. And you guys can ask him questions about anything. You need to drive them crazy. Guys, can tell you guys, drive him crazy when he's doing that seminar about Elliott Waves. I know. Now, Aussie yen. That's a good question. Because that pair goes very well correlated with S&P. I believe that this is the minimum path that we're going to follow in Aussie yen. It's a very well-defined 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You take a look at the RSI. You got divergence on the last high right there. Same right here. I think that the short time frame, you got it. Now, believe it or not, but look, Isaac, this one did it the right way. You see, 1, 2, 3 with the highest momentum, 4 and a 5. So you got 2 cycles. You got 1 cycle here, 1 cycle there. Very nice. Winnex. It's clear, guys. But like I told you, this is the pair that I spend the most time over the weekend, Aussie yen. And the reason being is because this pair is very well correlated with the S&P and risk trade in general. All you guys should know. And for me, this structure here, look, May 4, I think that he's correcting that structure also. May 4 is the day, guy. Remember that. That's where the market is. May 4. We finish a cycle from May 4. Look, a double zigzag that should trade 3 ways higher. This pair should trade 3 ways higher. Then I overextend it here a little bit. Minimum 285. Minimum 285. And see what happens. The weekly structure is very, very questionable. I'm honest when I don't have a high count, high degree count. I'm expecting in this pair on the weekly this. 3 here, a flat. I'm going for the flat to take this pair to around 67, 69, 62.95 minimum. If it's no, that this C completed here, it all depends on the S&P and the Aussie dollar, but I'm bearish on the Aussie dollar. I'm bearish on the S&P. So I would say there is a chance that the C weight ended here. But that's as far as I can go right there. It's going to be about 20 pips gap on the euro. Any other question, guys? I think we cover everything that we present at the beginning of the seminar there. I think that you guys should know where we stand at, that we believe that our first count and that believe that the market is correcting a move from May the 4th. We believe that from now on, we should see a three-way correction in the market, and that we want to be surprised with a flat in the dollar, and all this pair go higher, and the euro go to 1.7, and we can say that we're gonna get it on the top, and that the CAD we got it on the bottom and it goes to 130, and then we make a ton of money, and all you guys send me Christmas gift. That's what we want, the surprise on the flat. But technically, I can tell that it's a great chance that the market is correcting the move from May the 4th. That's what we see, guys. Any question that you guys want? It's been an hour 35. I believe that you guys enjoyed the seminar. If any question, I can answer to you guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So I'm gonna work on pressing the recorder as soon as possible. Thing is, it takes about an hour to get processed all around. So we stay in we have already the long dollar CAD trade, and we're waiting for the euro. So that's where we stand right there. Thank you, guys. DV, give you a call in about 5 minutes.